welcome and welcome back to my video. I hope you all are doing good. Okay, so if you have been following my playlist, you would know that we have come a long way, and with everything, means I have covered a lot of topics which is not already present on YouTube or not already present on LinkedIn, and I have provided everything that you would ever need, like from implementation to demonstration to positive and negative testing, to some questions, some troubleshooting methods related to that, and also questions, interview questions which you might encounter related to that, documentation. So like everything you would ever need is here. So if you are starting integration, this is your one final stop you will ever need. Okay, so yeah, as you can see from the list, a lot of topics: dynamic inputs, authentications, scripted REST API, to all the methods are covered. So and then integrations to submit catalog request, like interview question part 1, lesser known as APIs, import set API, attachment API, aggregate. Even the process to set up sending and receiving mails in PDI is covered, even though that is stopped by ServiceNow. So that's why I needed to do this, because I wanted to show the email API demonstration and also inbound email action use cases. So inbound integration comes to an end with this, with day 15th video. So from today I am going to start outbound integration. So please check out all the videos in the playlist, and note down any questions or any queries that you have in the comment section. I do reply to all. You can also reach out to me on LinkedIn, follow me on LinkedIn. In the pinned comment, every detail you need is there in the description. Even more details are there, so please do check out. You can also follow, you can also join my WhatsApp group if you are interested. That is, you will be getting regular updates, and also there is learning and sharing. Documents are shared. So yeah, that's that's that. So we are about to start outbound integration today, and since this is the first video related to outbound integration, so I will be covering ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration first. So this is mostly about that, and I also created a document on that, and I hope this is visible clearly because I already zoomed in. So yeah, so outbound integration means, basically inbound integration is what, I am here acting as a owner of ServiceNow instance. Okay, so outbound integration means you are taking something from my instance, okay, or something is taken out from my instance. That is inbound integration. Outbound integration means I am reaching out to some other instance to get the information, okay, or to alter data on their instance. Okay, that is outbound integration. So for ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration, this is like very common and talked about topic, and people do ask like what is the use cases, why to implement, where to implement. So you can see like I drafted everything you would ever need here. Okay, so let's begin. What is ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration? It is when two different ServiceNow instances communicate with each other, usually over REST API or SOAP API, to share data like. Okay, so why do we need ServiceNow instances? Basically, it's between two companies, between a company and its service provider. Like suppose, um, suppose there is a company which is having a service provider, and the company doesn't wants to expose too much of its instance to the service provider, so they have provided them a separate instance. Okay, to work on the incidents or cases or whatever they are handling, or change requests or problems, whatever the service provider is handling, so they have provided them a separate instance. But since company instance is the main instance and it is the production instance, so the live incidents, the live problems, change request is being created in their instance, right? So but they want the service provider to work on them for, to work on it for them, right? So they want to sync the incidents which are created on their own production instance to this instance that they have provided to the service provider. This is which I'm explaining, okay, to the service provider. So in that case, whenever incident is created in their own production instance, they want to sync it to their instance at the same time. Okay, and also it is sometime with the users. Okay, sometime with the users that you want to replicate their access at the same time. Okay, replicate their access at the same time. like it is very common requirement in two instances. Like users not always work in production instance, right? They work also in the subprod instances. Let's say they are working for training, or they are working for let's say in some other thing, like they are just testing out, they are just developing something. So they want their access to be synced. Okay, let's say means production don't have all the people don't usually have all the access in the production instance, but here I'm talking about the end users who basically work on incident for us, who basically work on problems for us. So their access is same, right? So they don't immediately start working on production, they need training. Means their team want them to train on non-production instance. So sync of access is needed. So again, that is another use case which happens here. So yeah, between multiple instances of between multiple instances of same organization, this was what I was explaining about right now, like sync of access is needed. So this happens now between two companies. This is again very common. Like let's say there are two companies and both of them are using ServiceNow only. Both of them are using ServiceNow only, and they want that whenever any P1 or P2, like they have assigned that there is a second company's responsibility to handle P1 and P2 tickets for them. Okay, or their responsibility to handle a particular applications incidents. Application means configuration item. Okay, that it is their responsibility to handle, and they don't want to send all the incidents which are created in their instance to their instance to the other company instance. Okay, they only want to send that particular applications incidents from their own instance to other instance. In that case also, okay, this is used. So you see, means there are several use cases, you say it, and here yeah, I have also explained it. Like there are common use cases for ServiceNow to ServiceNow outbound integration, incident escalation between vendor and client. Yeah, I think just now I explained this. Like P1 and P2 incidents, the client's instance pushes the incident data to vendor instance using an outbound REST message. Yeah, this is what I explained right now. Automates cross org support, keeps both parties updated without duplication, right? So this I already explained. Again, change request collaboration, this also I explained, right? There is some other service provider who is working on change request, who is working on stories or problems for you, and you don't want to give them access to your production instance, so you create a uh, another instance for them, like I explained. Okay, yeah, yeah. So this was about that. Then same is with request item. Like for request fulfillment by third party, okay, a service or a user orders a service through service catalog in organization A, but the actual fulfillment is done by organization B. Yeah, this is what I just explained. Like same will happen with request items also. Like suppose there is a network issue, and there are no means this particular like configuration item example which I gave of a particular application which I gave, this can be, this can be like a particular application incidents will only be needed to be transferred there. In this case, only particular application request item will only be transferred to that particular, means that other instance, like organization B's instance. So yeah, I have covered everything. CMDB synchronization between instances. This is again very common use case. Like the CI data and relationship sync is very important. So that happens. Okay. Now problem or major incident notifications across instances. A P1 incidents organization B depends on that service. Yeah. So these are very common use cases where ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration is used. Okay, you can just refer to this document. I'll be sharing it in my LinkedIn post, and that link will be in my pinned comment. Okay, so this was a brief introduction about the outbound integration, ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration, when it is used, why it is used, okay, the common use cases. So everything I got you covered. Now I will be demonstrating a very small ServiceNow to ServiceNow integration only, for which I have already taken another instance in my hand. Okay, I have already taken this other instance. Yeah, so I will be using my this main instance to miss this instance. Basically I will be using 202141 to get data from this instance. Okay, from this instance. So it is outbound integration for this instance, 202141. So I will also be posting incident which is created in this instant in this 202141 to this instance. Okay, I hope everything is clear. You can note down your queries in the comment section if any you encounter. Okay, let's begin. Okay, let's begin. So I will just name it SGSN2 SN1. Okay, now integration, and I'll be giving it this instance's name. Okay, so that I'll be able to recognize in which instance I have done this. Okay, so first of all, I will be just showing you get means getting the incidents from this other instance. Okay, so retrieve records from table I'll be using. So let's just copy this, and this is just the endpoint. So I will be just using till API from here. Okay, and authentication I'll use basic auth. Okay, let's so this I have already saved the username and password. Let me just open it and show you once. Okay, so as you can see, I have already saved the username and password of my other instance. Okay, this my second instance. Username and password is already here. In my upcoming videos I will also show you using Auth. Alright, and this is the first video and basic video of outbound integration ServiceNow to ServiceNow, so I am using basic Auth. Alright, so I have already saved the username and password of my other instance. This is the instance. Okay, the username and password, you can create another user and give them sufficient access. That username and password also you can give, or you can give your own username and password also. Okay, so yeah, I have saved it, and now let's just save it. Yeah, so there is already a default get method which I told you I'll be using. Okay, so first of all, yeah, I'll be using this one to retrieve the records from table. And let me just give incident here, and in syspam query I will pass active equals to true, and display value I will give true, exclude reference link also I will give true. So okay, the syspam fields that I want is number. Okay, and short description, priority. Okay, description, configuration item if there is any. Okay, yeah. um what else? I think this much is enough. Yeah. Maybe I can also ask for category. Yeah, these all fields I want. Syspam view, syspam. This about the REST API Explorer, you can check out my day one video. If you have not checked out already, you can also check out day two video where I have shown this whole REST API Explorer and all. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that should be it. Let me just send this request. Okay, so you see I got the get link here. The same get link I'll be using. Okay, uh, okay, the same get link. This is only basic demonstration. Okay, I will also show you how we can make use of the query parameters here. Now I'm just showing you the basic one, that how we can just copy it and get it. Okay, now you can see authentication is inherited from parent. parent means the rest message which I created, which is having basic auth. So it will be using that HTTP request. Now nothing is needed here. Okay, let's just save it and let's just test it. Okay, so you see it gave me a lot of incidents. Let's just pass another. Okay, let's just pass another here that I want it restricted to 5. Okay, let me just remove all these things. Syspam and syspam display value, and these two things I'll remove, and the rest all I'll keep. And instead of like this, I'll just make it this so that it is able to accept whatever I'm passing. Okay, equals to true, and I want syspam limit equals to 5. So I want only 5 incidents. Okay, let's just test it. Yeah, so you can see I got 5 incidents. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 5. Yeah, and you can see of these I got number, short description, priority, number, short description, priority, number, short description, priority, which is the fields which is passed here. Yeah, spam field, number, short description, priority. Now I can also like increase the fields like I passed there. I can also pass category, I can also pass CMDB CI. Okay, let's just pass it and see. Yeah, so you can see category is here, inquiry. Why CMDB CI okay is not presented here? Because some records are not having configuration item in them, like this 8001 record you can see here. It is not having CMDB CI because it is not having, like, it is empty. You can see here it's empty, but this record is having CMDB CI, so it is having its reference link also, because it is a reference field, and it is also having its value. This is the reason syspam display value equal to true and syspam exclude reference link. These two parameters I had passed in the beginning. Okay, so yeah, I hope you understood. This was the very basic get thing which I demonstrated. Okay, now let me just create another get method. Okay, I think it's already opened here, in which I will make use of query parameters and show you. Get incidents, and in this I will just be copying the link that we have here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and instead of table name I will just make it incident. Okay, now in authentication this is same. In HTTP request I'll just pass like content type, and I'll pass like accept. hmm. Application, now since it is just a get method, so not much it's getting, not much problem it is, but in case of post we need to be very specific about whatever we are passing. Okay, now in query parameters, here is the main. Okay, now in syspam query I am passing active equals to true, and here I will be passing syspam display value. Why I am passing this? Because of reference fields I want only display values, I don't want their sys IDs. Okay, and also for the choice fields I want only their display values. Syspam exclude reference link. Here I will make it true again, and syspam limit also I'll pass. This is the same thing which we copied from the link there. Instead of using it in the header like in the endpoint directly, this is the best way. We have to make use of the parameters. Okay, I'll pass 5 here, and what else we can pass? Okay, syspam fields, let's pass syspam fields. Yeah, so I'll be needing number, short description, description, priority, category, and CMDB CI. This is the backend name of the fields that we have passed. Okay, now let's save it and test it. Okay, yeah, so you can see I have gotten again 5 incidents. Hmm? And here now we are not having, you can see there is priority 5 planning. Okay, and in the testing SN to SN integration, okay, you can see there is no any backend, there is no any sysid of the CMDB CI here. Like CMDB CI is Suns, Sinners and Bingo, which is the display name. So you can see that only display name is included, their sysid or their reference link is not included, and the fields which we got are also number, short description, CMDB CI, priority and category, which are the fields which we passed. So I hope you understood. I have completed both the basic get methods here. First was this basic get method where we just executed the request in the REST API Explorer here, and copied the endpoint which we got here. Okay, and in the second get request we just made use of the link which we got, like from here retrieving, and we passed all the query parameters here. Okay, yeah, so that is it. That is it. Yeah, that is it for today. Thank you so much. If you learned anything, please like, share and subscribe, and please comment down your queries or comment down your feedback, or if anything you have to like anything about the videos, it's always open. Thank you so much. Bye bye.